this episode because for some reason I didn't realize I had to turn the mic on and the recording stuff on my laptop. I had to do that before. So, now you should be able to hear me this time when I do this episode. And the next one, so I'm going to do the next one too. I'm sorry for those 133 people who already somewhat viewed the episode. They probably never watched the entire thing. Because who wants to sit and watch an hour, 20-minute episode? But, well, most people have probably seen all the episodes or played the episode, so let's try this again. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Even though I've already played it once, but I gotta try to act like I haven't played it before. I was doing it for a second. Alright, we play Beneath the Skin.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Ritskava. My research group is under attack in the Andoria system. We believe the attackers are allied with House Mokai in service to Matriarch Jaula. Their flagship is using some kind of super weapon. We've lost 3 ships to it already. To all vessels within range, please. We require immediate assistance. We can't last much longer against...
I showed her video the second time that you played through this episode. I'm not going to need the bridge officer. Well, at least I get to choose this time. I think they just kind of gave it to me the last time. So I guess we're heading to Endor. Which I'm already there, so we can get this started. Second playthrough for me, and welcome first watch through for those who didn't watch the first time. Well, I mean, it was kind of boring to watch it if you didn't get to hear me talk, make my comments. So we're gonna try this again.
You have my thanks. The battle was not going well for us before you arrived. Now we have a fighting chance against House Mokai. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a super weapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
Bold of them to attack Andoria, in the heart of the Federation.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria.
Very well. What can you tell us about the Raiders?
The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Jaula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that super weapon gets turned on my homeworld. Agreed?
Agreed. We were to assist. Yeah, I'm just curious if he's getting help from Captain Killy, because I know she's still out there somewhere too. Because I don't think she went back to her universe when she left that episode back then. So let's find out. Let's see. Alright, too close. Let's clear this out. Let's get to work, guys.
join as soon as we can.
This goes, I mean, I know the whole Typhon Pack series of books isn't really going to be in any of the new series coming up. But it'd be interesting to see because in the Typhon Pack books, the Andorians have seceded from the first. Ships. Take forever to turn. Take a few now.
We have done what we can here. Hell, leave the system. Maximum watch!
Target's shields have failed.
We've driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of.
I know what it is.
I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home,
But of
and I
course-
won't let it come to harm on my watch.
Of course, all the information regarding the whole Discovery Project and its missions have been classified, and any even if it's been even if they speak about it, Jula bad, she is like the devil. Well, yeah. I wonder if she's working with Captain Killy. Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, there's nobody in this time even knows about this stuff technically, because it was classified back after Discovery left the 22nd century to go to the future. And anyone who spoke of it would be considered would be treason or something like that. I can't remember what the last episode how it ended. so let's go find
We've
out.
driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake.
Scan the rift.
Scanning in progress.
My readings are showing a distinct biological
why.
presence
I mean,
with
there
qualities
could've been a whole
similar
other place
in many
to get
ways to
access
that
to
of
it.
fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
Experts in astromycology are uncommon. Well, yeah, because there's only really been one that has in the history of Star Trek, and he's somehow in the 33rd century right now, or they're in the 33rd century, but yeah, that's where it's going to get kind of interesting how they're going to bring him into this time. I don't think her intention was to attack Andoria. Her intention was to open this rift and send those probes into the mycelial network. That's what she did, which you'll see later on as the mission continues.
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating, but let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm. The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period.
Well, but even Captain Kumarki said that they attacked her ships, and it didn't damage space like this. I agree.
My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old.
We'll know.
From the mid-23rd century. Interesting. A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command. At the highest level.
Yeah, be careful how you approach it, because you may be. Well, I guess it's been over 200 years, so so it may not be a problem now. But since all this stuff is coming into the future, like Killy coming from the past, coming to the future, and me, all the Discovery characters being pulled to the future, and yeah. All right, why would Starfleet classify astromycology research?
That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer.
I do.
Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem.
Sounds like a plan, Captain.
Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
Yep. Hold on. Let me do some skills. Excuse me. I need to get some tactical skills put in here. On my way. All right, you know what? I'm gonna give one of my younger guys a chance this time. Give him a chance. All right, let's see. There. Do this setup. Yeah, this comes to the consoles.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in.
Of course, any updates on the Rift?
Some. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence.
So how do we close this portal?
We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
To the holodeck, then. My away team can meet up when we know what we're doing next.
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data.
I don't know. It looks like it's the interior.
Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no way in hell I'm letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped, drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello? Is your universal translator working? Anyone? Who's in charge here? You? It's you, isn't it?
That should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
That's better.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency.
I can't believe they did that. Instead of ECH, they decided to do an MCH. I don't know. I can't remember what he said. Mycelial emergency. So an ME. Holographic ME. There we go. Holographic mycelial emergency. I don't know. All right, Stamets.
You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones doing the twisting.
Yeah, Strahl's the one that was on the Glen when it got destroyed. That's who he's talking about there. There's a transdimensional portal that seems fungal in nature.
Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the mycelial network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find out.
What can you tell us about the mycelial network?
It's a subspace realm that spans the entire multiverse. That's our universe, and all other quantum realities all connected to the network. The network contains the roots of a certain type of fungus, and if you know how, you can use the spores of that fungus to access the network. I'm one of the few people to figure out how to do that, by the way. I'm assuming that's why I'm here now.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that we can probably get in contact with, because there's probably nothing of Strahl. Nothing of Strahl's research. Among other reasons, yes.
The Discovery was equipped with a spore drive, and with it, we were able to travel immense distances almost instantaneously, thanks to the network. It wasn't always an exact science, though. You weren't careful, you could wind up in another dimension, or another time.
I see. Glad we're able to call on your expertise.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to
How
work?
dangerous is Jubilee's weapon?
I need more data on this Klingon superweapon, but if I were to guess, I'd say it's meant to disrupt a localized section of the network. That disruption, in turn, damages the corresponding section in our universe. Problem is, damage in the mycelial network tends to spread and grow in magnitude. Unchecked, this type of attack could spread through the entire network, which would be very bad.
Yes, it would. As you found out with Hugh. Exactly. Oh, and your mirror counterpart. That in the whole Charon's power usage of the mycelial network is a... Yeah. Exactly how bad are we talking about here?
Bad on an apocalyptic scale. Simply put, if she keeps doing this, she could bring an end to all life in all universes.
Yep, understood. I feel the stakes have just been raised considerably.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
All right, let's go to work. Or let's get to work. Computer configure mycelial research laboratory.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm gonna run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation and spore saturation
Yeah,
levels.
this is gonna be tricky. How will that work?
I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Got it. Yeah, this is not as easy as it sounds. Again, mycelial research simulation. See, I can't do it with that stupid thing. Alright, so radiation levels, okay. Here. Yep, I know, I'm working on it. Increase. Oop, that's such. Oop.
Spore saturation is too
Wrong one.
high. Reduce it before it crashes the simulation.
Wrong direction. Over here.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp.
The saturation. Radiation levels. Ah, Jesus, the saturation just going. Much easier if there was two people doing this.
Radiation level's too high. Get it down before it
I'm
ruins the
working on it.
test.
Be patient. It's not as easy as it looks.
All right, we're good here. Let me take a look at the
I
results.
did better this time than I did
Sorry,
last time.
got ahead of myself there. I'm detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Ja'ula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, the universe, and everything.
Understood. Next moves.
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there. I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamets here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
Guess they finally were able to reverse engineer the Doctor's mobile emitter, even though it's a 29th century tech. Understood. Let's do it. Computer input. Going back to the transport room, I guess so.
All right, transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the mycelial network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go.
We're ready. We'll contact you if anything goes wrong.
Good luck in there. We'll be monitoring from here. Energize.
Oh, that's a mycelial transporting effect. It's the forest. There's a clearing in the forest. Look for the clearing in the forest.
Welcome to the Mycelial Network. All right, we don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start.
Something's stinging me. What is that?
That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the mycelial network, like you, for example. Adjust your personal shields to this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling.
Oh, yeah, that's how they basically convert dead people into spores, I guess. That's how they say it in TV series. Continue.
Good. Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway. Take some samples from healthy spore clusters. We'll need them for comparison studies later.
Right. It's a little bit different than the actual TFO that this has. That goes along with this. TFO is just the serial part. And then, of course, there are new controls at the bottom. So do I even have my... Yeah, I do. Just a copy. Yep. Yeah, so I have to put in my main inventory equipment.
You really can't appreciate this place until you see it for yourself.
Well, yeah,
This is
your real
serious.
counterpart.
If the network is damaged beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere.
I've already said that once. Your real counterpart has traveled in this area.
Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
Patel. Commander Landry's girlfriend. From the previous episode. Well, at least a representation.
Outsiders. I am of the Giuseppe. We are people of this realm. We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here. Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop.
Patel, how is this possible? I saw you die.
I created this form to give the Giuseppe voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Giuseppe.
I see. Appreciate the gesture.
We waste time. Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
We came to help if we can.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news. The Giuseppe aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
It's what he used to protect himself from being disintegrated by the Giuseppe when he was trapped here. How did this happen, Patel?
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
We'll do what we can.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the mycelial forest. Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
Understood.
We can use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
I see. Where to the next one? Ah, it's a little baby tape.
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground. Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several.
A few scans won't hurt. Don't know a lot about them.
The liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information.
Right, let's scan the little ones and the water source. Well, it looks like next year's Epos are going to become these little guys.
Interesting. Even baby tardigrades are extremely tough.
I guess they're kind of going with the whole. They're going to start bringing in tardigrades as a little pet that you can like grow like you can with like
The
Epos
tardigrades
as
are
well.
of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
Yeah, they live in the fauna realm, too.
These readings could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Three. You need to press on. The water sample. The fluid sample. Okay.
The fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins. This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory.
So the fluid is part of the nervous system within the network.
It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
Mycelium are roots and vessels, while the waterways are neuron-like. Oh yeah, it's all part of the whole muscles and vessels and whatever the mycelial network was mentioned in the series. Hold the universe together. Yeah, we're coming. It's all be patient. Next node.
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'd like to know more about it myself. Structure up there, too. Oh yeah, you get a latching bridge officer.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is a Lachi tech. I wonder what they're doing here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
Perhaps they have a connection.
Alachi are, like the Jasad, part of this realm. They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm. Now some of them have returned.
Maybe. The Alachi don't have a lot of friends in the Alliance. I'd be worried about this information falling into the wrong hands. The last thing this place needs is a bunch of well-armed types stomping around looking for payback from the Alachi.
These Alachi are not the same Alachi we fought.
Incoming!
Something's wrong with the Alachi. They have the signal.
Enemy targets uncensored. Flanking damage detected.
Those Alachi were of the realm, but they were sick. Toxic, like the yield tree. Their devices were corrupt as well. If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must cull them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Of course, you get. Plus, they're giving away a free ship too. The Alachi cruiser. We have to collect like 1,200 points. That's playing the mission, the patrols, and the TFO. And it's only you collect 60 billion.
You see? Look. Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange, toxic way, and it spreads the sickness.
Must be getting closer to the device. She's pointing out.
lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing. The corruption is getting stronger.
Enemy targets on sensor.
This fungi is being mutated by Hark-Peng radiation. Not good.
Of course, the Harpang torpedoes come back into play. Well, at least the radiation they use.
Looks like this used to be an Alachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. That you can't guess who's responsible for those.
So they're actually trying to deal with this problem as well.
Unfortunately, the radiation from Ja'ula's tech had a negative effect on the Alachi. They began to mutate, and their higher brain function started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries into that.
Guessing the correct. This tech is still
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption. The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Find the next node and jump. The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
Patel, is there something you can do here?
No. The sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. It must be navigated by the Stamets. The living Stamets.
What could the living Stamets do differently than this one?
The living Stamets, the one who came here before, was part of the network, connected. He touched it with his mind. The living Stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it.
Yeah, well, he also injected himself with tardigrade DNA to do it. Because he wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. Feel? You mean intuition? The living Stamets guided discovery with intuition.
Yes, but this Stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine, not like the living.
Could we teach the Stamets to think that way?
The memories and essence of the Stamets from before are within the network. We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this Stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
Start collecting more.
The mycelial forest is a vast network, much like your computers. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface. The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you seek. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them.
Understood. Let's hope it works. What's fluid?
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Attack at the same time.
Flanking damage.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help me get shot at. Alright, let's try this again.
You will need to collect more of the
I
fluid.
heard you the first time.
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Yeah, well, I'm going as quickly as I can.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Shot at when I'm trying to get close to it. There we go.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Come on, guys, take care of him. I'm trying to do something. You guys take care of him.
You will need to collect quickly. Go collect the spores before they dissipate. You will need to collect more of the fluid.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Turn it on.
You have the spores. Now you must return to the place of memory. Together, we will make them rebuild the memory of what was.
Okay. Well, let's get it done.
Hugh,
Okay,
now I know what it was like for you when
lines.
you
breathing,
came back.
sure.
Now it's my turn, except you're not here. None of you are. Burnham, Tilly, Saru, all of you. You're gone.
Spores.
It's just
They're the
me now.
building blocks of energy across the universe. Look how it interacts with the
What's left of me?
I don't know where to go. You only do it for me. I could be your I do love it when you only do things for me. The thread that weaves life through space.
I so hoped you would find your way.
I can't even find my way out. Follow the music, Paul. I'm not going anywhere. Open your eyes.
Hugh? Okay. I know what I need to do here.
Yeah, I did some whoosies on that, all those lines. You, now I know what the finish was like for you when you came back. Now it's my turn, except you're not here. None of you are here. Oh, that's just what we already said. Are you alright?
I'm gonna need a moment here, okay? This is a lot to take in.
Of course.
Okay. Everything's all coming together in my head now. I can navigate the network again. I can do this.
Welcome back, Commander.
We are alike now, both created for a purpose, but with the memories of someone else. The memories of a life not entirely our own. But we are alive.
You are. Your lives are your own.
Patel may be a living thing, but what about me? I'm a computer program, a simulation of a life once lived, and yet, I remember being him. I remember the thrill of discovering the mycelial network, the terror of the Klingon War, serving on Discovery, everything I felt when I lost Hugh, and everything I felt when he came back. All of it. Everything.
All important things and part of your life now.
We were made, not born. But that alone does not define us. If we have all the memories, all the feelings, we can choose how to live, according to what we know and feel. We are as real as anyone. We are just made of different things.
You're Paul Stamets, man. That is your choice.
You're giving me the chance to do what I want, to be who I want to be. Thank you. I've made my choice. Let's finish this. A lot of people are counting on us, counting on me. I can help, and I will. It's what Hugh would have wanted, and it's what I want.
Yeah. It's a lot. Just like the Doctor from Voyager, he got the same skills. He managed to kind of. His system was a little bit different. You were actually given the memories of a real person. The Doctor created his own. Let's get to work. So what's this first? Nothing of importance. That's the other way. Some stuff in here. Another new rock box. More Kelvin toys. Tactical officer. Won't do me any good. And I don't know set the hand. I'm coming, Patel. I'm coming. Oh, that's not Patel. It's Stamets. Alright, let's go to the next node.
The sickness. It is strong here. It is dangerous. Already, many of the Alachi have become sick and corrupted.
Got quiet up there, whoever's in the chat. Whoever was in the chat. Haven't seen anything pop up from you in a while. Oh well. Let's be off doing something else. Are we near the source then?
There are 3 devices up ahead. You must disable them.
Let's take a look.
There are the devices, up ahead.
That tardigrade over there doesn't seem bothered.
They are of the realm, but the sickness doesn't affect them. It should. They eat overgrown blooms, they drink the water. Somehow, they remain strong.
Something about them could be a solution to all this.
Right now, the radiation is creating more overgrowth than the tardigrades can eat. If we take out Ja'ula's device, the corruption will stop and the growth rate will return to normal. Then the tardigrades will eat the surplus overgrowth, corrupted or not. Given time, they should slowly bring the ecosystem back into balance.
Let's find that device and shut it down. So a little tardy doggy. Examine the code first. Okay.
This could be tricky. We can't disable the probes without clearing the corrupted mycelium, and we can't do that without risking detonation. We're gonna need to think outside the box on this one.
I'm listening.
We need to convince a hungry tardigrade to come to the buffet table, so to speak. If we can lure one of them to the probes, it might clear the overgrowth to a point where we can safely disarm them.
Little tardigrade, and how do you propose to do that?
I'm thinking we use the healthy spore samples we collected earlier. If you're willing to wave a carrot in front of a hungry, practically indestructible 8-legged horse.
It's worth a shot.
tardigrade is distracted. Quickly, use your lure again.
What? I lost it.
Enemy targets on
Alright,
sensors.
come on, guy.
Shield losing power.
Chow down, buddy.
Okay, you should be able to access the probe and disarm it now. Good work. Now lure the tardigrade to another probe.
Flanking damage detected. Enemy targets on sensors.
We're ready for you to disable that probe.
Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Nice! Only one more to go.
Enemy targets on sensors.
You know, it's partly based on
Flanking damage detected.
stats. The actual guy, his name that stats. Got his name from. The guy actually believes this network really exists.
The tardigrade's done. Disable that probe.
Damage detected.
Stop shooting me.
Shield losing power.
This is all starting to come together. Ja'ula's plan, that is. I think I understand what she's trying to do.
Alright, what do you have?
Ja'ula and House Mokai learn about classified Starfleet projects in 2256. She raids the Glen and discovers the spore drive, then steals all of the data on it. Unfortunately for her, Strahl corrupted the data before she stole it. So, when she made her spore-based superweapon, she was using bad data.
That kind of fills in that little plot hole about the whole thing with the Glen. When you get on the Glen and you see all the people all dead, inside out, and whatever. Guess Ja'ula beat us to it.
She puts her shiny new toy on her flagship and joins the attack on Starbase 1. That didn't work out so well for her, though. Bad data, bad weapon. She pulls the trigger and boom! It blows up in her face and the explosion throws her into this century.
Yeah, which is the starbase that once Discovery gets back from the new universe, and they head to it, is the one that's occupied. That's the starbase that the whole Starbase 1 TFO took place before. The current house that took it over. Her and many others.
Ju'ula works out the bugs in her weapon's design. She determines that mutated spores are a critical component, so she sets out to get more of them. That's where the probes come in. She fires them into the network, they beam out Harg-Peng radiation, spores mutate, and Ju'ula gets more ammo for her weapon of mass destruction.
Disturbing, but it makes sense.
Problem is, she didn't think it through. The radiation causes unexpected side effects, as we've seen firsthand. Somehow, I don't think Ju'ula is worried about collateral damage there.
I think she's. See, when I first played this episode, I thought that Ju'ula was trying to get into the Mycelium network to try to get her brother back. But of course, her brother probably wouldn't have survived like Hugh did in the TV series. Yeah, because Takuma is Ju'ula's brother.
Knowledge is power. Now that we know what she's up to, we can take steps to put an end to her plan and protect the network from her actions. Hopefully, we'll be able to work with the Josep on this. Who knows, maybe the Alachi will join the fight. The sane Alachi, that is.
We're going to need all the help we can get on this, I think.
No argument there. Wait, did you hear that? Something's coming. Something big.
Now, I think this is the ship that they're actually giving us.
I'm gonna say that's not a good sign.
Hold on, let me pick up some of the stuff first.
Do not fire. We are allies. Forgive me. It has been so long since I have used my voice.
Yes, that's what Alachi are supposed to look like. The ones that we fight in the game are not the same ones. They're the ones that left the network. These ones actually live in the network. I'm listening. Who are you?
I was Jarsev, a Romulan once. I am Ilachi now.
So I guess people who die and come here end up becoming the Alachi, based on what this is. Hey, well, I guess they're trying to give an origin story to the Alachi. And this is the easiest way they could. The Alachi that we were fighting were corrupted by the tree, that poison tree in the background. And this guy, the guy that this Alachi is representing, is one of the guys that you meet during, I guess, somewhere in the Romulan arc. He died, and he came to this, or like Hugh did in the TV show. He died, ended up in here, but he protected himself with the stuff so he wouldn't get eaten up by the creatures. But this is what happens to them when they complete the process. They become Ilachi. Are you reverting back to your original form?
Partially. My mind returns to the time before my change. The weapon is to blame.
Oh, the weapon screwed him up.
It corrupts some of us.
drives us mad. Others, like me, become fusions of Ilachi and what we were before. Wait. These weapons, they are not of your creation, are they?
No, the weapons were fired by Ja'ula, a renegade Klingon matriarch. From the House Mokai, which doesn't exist because I guess in true canon, I think House... I can't remember what house it was. I remember I can't remember which house it was. Destroyed House Mokai. So House Mokai doesn't exist anymore.
You must stop her. Close the rifts. Destroy her weapons. If she continues this madness, she will utterly corrupt this realm. If that happens, it will break through into the void space, your realm, and destroy everything.
It's not going to happen if I have anything to say about it.
You should return to your realm. Ju'ula's attack has angered other Ilachi. They are taking a fleet to destroy anything on the other side of the rift.
Like our ships?
You must leave now. Go to your realm and help your people while you can.
Thank you for your help, Patel.
It is our way. The Josep thank you for removing the sickness. We will work with Tarsev and other Ilachi who wish to stand together against Ja'ula. We believe we will meet again, friends. Goodbye.
Until next time, then. Alright, let's return.
We're receiving your data now. No sign of our House Mokai friends, but something's definitely happening with the rift. Based on what you found out in the network, we'll be able to close it, but we'll need to get several external readings before we're ready to try.
We're fast, Captain. House Mokai might return sooner than we'd like.
Riskava and Hoffman can head to opposite ends of the rift. From there, we should each be able to get a differential reading. Once we have enough data, you can use a deflector modulation to close the rift.
Let's make it happen. Watch your sensors for Mokai ships, though.
They're using
The Ilachi drives make mine look pretty basic.
The Hoffman is in position.
Of course, they'd have to use it when they have to plot.
The Riskava is in position. We're ready to close the rift.
can't say I didn't have doubts at first, but whew, well done. Not to rain on the parade here, but Ja'ula's still out there. As long as she has that weapon and the spores it needs to power it, this can happen again.
Yep.
Well, you can count on the Lucari. We will do what we can to stop her.
This
This
technology
isn't
probably
just
is
a
faster
threat to
than
our
Sith.
universe. There's a brilliant, wondrous realm lying beneath our conception of space. And it's in danger as well. We can't let harm come to it from our side of the cosmos.
We stopped Ja'ula's attack and saved Andoria. I'd call that a good start. That rift, though, that's something you don't see every day, even in Starfleet. And I've seen some strange things in my time. It was good working with you all. I'll make sure Starfleet Command is updated. We'll do everything we can to bring Ja'ula to justice and put a stop to this campaign of hers.
About Ja'ula, she's going to go after any spores she can get her hands on. You're going to want to cut her off, the sooner the better. And I can help with that.
Expertise would be most helpful, Commander.
Pretty sure you didn't bring me into all this for the charming conversation, though that is a definite bonus. I'll be glad to have something to do. It'll help me adjust to life as a sentient hologram. I've got a lot to process and a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, just a little bit. Of course, you don't know anything about the future because you didn't get that far. Because all that whole mycelial stuff took place before they left this to the future. A lot has changed since 2257.
That might be the understatement of the 25th century. Short term, I'll start putting together a list of known spore colonies. We need to keep an eye on those. If we're lucky, we'll catch Ja'ula before something like this happens again.
Keep them posted, Commander. This needs to end soon. Yes, depart the system. Yeah, I'm playing my free tier 6 ship that I got from the events that they've been doing. They did not. I don't know why they didn't bring it to the console. Because the Sompek Arena is the next one that would have been part of it.
What an extraordinary series of events. The mycelial network will be of great interest to the Lucari, I can assure you. Our own astromycologists will want to study it as soon as possible. I do hope the Alliance is able to put a swift end to Ja'ula's campaign. The thought of her using spores as part of a weapon, it's unsettling. If she's able to perfect that technology, no one will be safe from her wrath. Finally, please send my regards to Commander Stamets. It was such a pleasure to work with him, and I do wish him the best as he explores the galaxy in our time.
Shields, because I already got the officer. Alright, that is that episode. I knocked it out a little bit quicker than I did the first time, because the last time it took me like an hour and 20 minutes. No, I don't want to join a fleet right now, person. Alright, well, that's that. Hope you enjoyed. If you like, yeah, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you wish. And I even have a link to a PayPal if you want to donate if you wish. Until next time, later.